Hey, everybody. We are outside. Oh, lots of comments already. Kiri, hello. Alicia, uh, Michigan Daffodil, good evening. Oh, um, my tech issues, we're just trying to get everything set up out here. So there's going to be a lot of wiggling and moving and different things because be doing different things. But here is my tomato bed. And so we're going to work on that tonight. And while I chat with you guys, because I have been gone so much that I haven't been able to tend to things. So I hope the fall garden is better than your summer garden. Oh, I hope so too for you. Yeah, hopefully you guys are have good. Do you have a good connection here? Is everything cool out there? Hey, Connie, hugs to you. Oh, yeah, it's spent a couple days. Woo, almost knocked over my water. Spent a couple days going through my parents' house, getting ready for estate sale. The estate sale. Oh, I've got blossoms on my peas. I'm so excited. You know, it's so great to see things growing and green, but once they start getting blossoms, that means fruit is growing. Fruit or vegetables is growing. Food is growing, right? Oh, you're buffering there? Okay. Our weather is beautiful right now. See blue skies, blue skies. We had storms yesterday. It rained all day. I was up north yesterday, about 3 hours north of me, so about 150 miles, and at my younger brother's, who had lost his wife, and we had like a memorial celebration for her, and so I was up there working it, helping out with food prep and serving and all that kind of stuff and cleanup. So we're there to help my brother, and so I was there about 5 hours, and then drove on home through the rain, and so wiped out last night. Slept a lot last night, so which was good, but I've been gone so much, like I said, between all of these things, and so anyway, things are growing. I planted about 4 weeks ago, I want to say, and so we'll see how things are going. Let me see. You're on your phone. Oh, hi, Katie. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really don't get much of a chance to be out here. Strawberries are completely and totally overgrown and taking over everything. So is the grass and the weeds. I have some serious work to do out here. And then I'm going to be busy again the next 4 days or so. Well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, kind of. So it's after August, things will calm down for me. And so and the next week I'm going to be gone for 4 days, or I think 3 days. So it's just crazy. It's crazy. So it's just a kind of that drinking lemonade with Borge. Oh my goodness, how fun! It's 80 there. It's 73, I think, here, something like that. So you have some sprinkles on Saturday. Oh. Is there a way to know which tomato blossoms will fruit? Lots of flower, but still just one tomato. Okay. Did I give you my tip on making sure that they pollinate and everything? Because that's important. Okay, so, but how is everybody before I really get into all of this? Very high humidity Friday. Oh, hey, Christy. Hello to you. I have my other glasses on, so I can only see you through a little thing. The place it was always 75. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I don't know. When I lived in Louisiana, we had, what was it, 8 months of summer. and then rainy season. Cold rainy season. So it was like, yeah, 8 months of hot humid summer, and then by end of November, December, it started to cool down a bit. And then by March was the most beautiful month. And then April was hot again. So it was, I never got the 4 seasons like I get here, like I was so used to. And so that was the hardest thing for me to deal with down there. It was not having the seasons. And I missed it so much. After 13 years, I still missed it. So, I don't know that I could do 75 all year round. I need the seasons, but um, low temps are in the mid 70s. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. You guys are buffering a little bit, so it might be some weather issues on your end or something. If no one else is buffering, um, no, of course I'm outside here, but I've got a good connection. So, and I don't see anything freezing up on my end. I don't know. Do you guys? So, all right. Well, I have now my tomato plants, they're all beefsteak tomatoes, and I actually bought them at the greenhouse because I just didn't get a chance to start them. So I planted them 4 weeks ago, and they were, I might move you down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Well, let me see here. I don't know if the perspective is good or not. If you guys can see, because you're kind of coming down at this angle here, but they were, when I planted them, they were, about this far, about 3 or 4 inches above the ground. And now they're good 18 inches. Yeah, closing in on 2 feet, I would say. So anyway, you know what? I am going to move you down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. This is a live demonstration on trimming up my tomatoes. So sorry about this, guys. I don't know if this is going to help at all anymore. Okay, so down here, can you see down here? Maybe not. Let me move you back a little bit. Okay, I don't know if you can see down here, but there's a lot of growth really close down to my mulch. Now I used a shredded paper mulch because this helps keep the dirt from, or the soil from, bouncing up on the plants, which can help cause diseases and everything. But I'm going to trim all these lower branches off because I don't want them taking away from the growth of the tomatoes. So don't be afraid to trim, seriously. And I'm just using my garden shears here. Oh, sorry, there's their friendly neighborhood train. So I'll just let you watch while it's tooting away. Basically, you don't want any branches, the leaves, leaning over and touching the ground. Okay, so you want to be able to clip them off. Now I've clipped off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 branches already. This little one right here, I don't know if you can see, it's got blossoms on it. So I'm going to let that one go. Ideally, I would like the blossoms to be up much higher, but that branch took off, and I'm going to let it go since it's so late in the season. Now I've got a problem here. I've got this branch, because I haven't been able to be out here to trim. So I've got this branch coming up that's very, very thick and solid, and this one. What I want is one major stem. And so I want to choose this one because, first of all, it's taller, it's a little bigger, stronger, and everything. So I'm going to have to trim this one off. There are no blossoms on this one, so I'm just going to cut it off at the bottom there. Now, if I wanted to, if I had a long season and everything, I could take this and reroot this and start a whole new tomato plant. So see, I don't have any blossoms or anything, so I'm not worried about cutting it off. Now it's looking pretty bare, but that's okay. Um, Now up here, it's trying to split again. And so I want to make sure that um, have just one going up. Um, which way do I want to go? They both have some flowers on them, but I think which way do I want to go? That's kind of sometimes the hardest choice. Like, which way do I want to go here with these? Because when they split, you end up having, if you're just trying to be on one stake, now maybe you want to have two full stems going up, but it gets very weighty. It gets very, very heavy. I better look at the chat. You guys are going away on this, so see what you guys are saying. Lots of frequent buffering. It's hard to hear. Hi, Gillette Homestead. Is everybody else having a hard time? Oh, the buffering quit. Maybe try refreshing, Alicia. Hi, Grandma Karen. Plants are looking good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, take whatever you can there. I love the trade sound. Oh, been trimming nothing under 18 inches on the tomato plants. Yeah, it depends on, if you have it mulched real heavily, you can keep, 6 to 8 inches under there, but yeah, I know, keep the flowers. However, both stems have flowers there. You can hear me fine. No buffering there. No buffering. Okay. So Alicia and Katie, you might need to refresh or something. So you can see what's going on. Okay. So I've trimmed this back pretty good. And I'm trying to figure out. This one is almost a sucker there, but it's got flowers on it. So I think I'm actually. So I want to have flowers. Oh, what to do? Yeah, because I don't know if that's going to go straight or not. And it's hard to know if it's going to continue. So this one, I actually think, because it's late in the season for me, I'm going to keep them both. I am going to keep them both. Now, I started using these a few years ago, and I love them. It's a wrap garden ties, so they're green and they're like Velcro strips, really. And so I cut them and then I save them from year to year so that I can keep using them. And if they get dirty, you can either wash them or throw them away. And but they just wrap around the stake and they just grab onto that, and then they keep my my plant sturdy like that. It leaves a little room for them to grow, and if they start getting a little snug, I can put a longer one on and just take them off easily. I've used string, I've used elastic, I've used jute twine, I've used all kinds of things, and I have found these to be the easiest and the best on my tomatoes. So buffered and froze. Okay. Oh, happy birthday, Grammy Karen. Awesome. So yeah, I've got lots of blossoms here and then some here and here. So it is, what's today? August 8th. And I'm hoping that, within a month, I can have good tomatoes on here. And we are going to be, our days keep getting shorter and shorter, but, it is what it is. So I'm hoping I get something. So whatever blossoms I have on here, I'm going to try to keep as many as I can. The soil is very, very wet because we had a lot of rain yesterday. And we've been getting rain about every other day. which has been a lot. So anyway, I just keep all my things in here. Here's my twine. Here's my little wraps, and they're easy to store because they're Velcro, and I just stick them all together like that. So it's kind of pretty cool. And some other things you could use, tie wraps. I've used these before, these clips, which are pretty nice. But they're restrictive if the it can go along the fence. I might use these for the peas. These are good for like a smaller vine. Sometimes I use them for the peppers if they have a smaller stem and everything. They're just harder to get off. All right, let's see who's saying what. How long do I do the Velcro? I have. You're talking, I imagine you mean the length. I have different lengths. Some of them are, I would say, about 8 inches. Some are about 6 inches. It depends on what I have strapped up. Now my stakes are 1x2s or furring strips, and so I need to have a little bit more to go around, and it's actually better to have more than less, because if it overlaps, it'll just be stronger. If I have a stake that's like a 1 by 3/4 inch, then I don't need one that's quite as long. So what do we have here? Oh, you've been using garden twist ties? Okay, I'm not familiar with garden twist ties. Okay, so that's the first one. Now I'm going to do this one. Again, at the bottom, get these done. This one has a lot of suckers on it. I really want those. Here's a sucker. When you have suckers, and if you're not familiar with what a sucker is, it's a little growth that goes right between the, now people use different names for it. It can be where did I pull it off of? If you can see it here, it was right in between these. So it can be like in the elbow. People call it the crotch. It can be right in there. When you've got your main stem, you've got a leaf going out, and then something else is growing up in there. So I would say this one was probably a sucker. And so what they do is the reason we call them a sucker is because they are, and I'm going to cut this one off. They only produce leaves, and they suck the nutrients and the strength out of the plant and try to grow a whole nother branch and everything. And so if you're wanting to have one solid branch going up, then you want to get rid of that. So, all right. So we're looking good here and there. A little sucker here. And believe me, you can come out every day and look at this stuff, and it's still, there can be a sucker there one day that it wasn't there the next. So it's, okay. So that one's actually looking pretty good. It's got a good stem on it. I'm going to strap it in 2 places because this one's kind of a little higher here. They've made it through a lot of storms, which I've been really happy about. Okay. So now I'm going to strap it up here. So where you strap it, you don't want to interfere with any tomatoes or anything. But so I don't know if you can see what I've done. I strapped it here. So this is 8 or 9 inches above because, and every plant is going to be a little different according to how it's grown. But then I put one here because all the growth is starting to go up here, and I want to make sure I have some support. There's things going out here. We have tomatoes right here, some blossoms. So I'm going to get out my electric toothbrush. I should have brought that out and shown you, but I didn't know I had this many blossoms. So anyway, what you do is, and M.I. Gardner, Luke showed us this trick, and he tested it for a year, and it's really effective. So when the blossoms get to the point where they're starting to open up like this, where bees would normally get in there, even like these, what you do is you take the toothbrush and you put it on this little stem, for 5 minutes, the electric toothbrush, and goes, really fast. And so what it does is it mimics the activity of a bee that's going in and pollinating. And so it can pollinate in there. And it's just a really, really quick method of doing that. So let's see who else we have on here. Oh, hello. Morgan, hi. Sorry I didn't get to see you right away. You had a few suckers, you got rid of them. Good. Hey, Patty, Tinker's wife. Hello. How's everybody tonight? So we're just out here. Like I said, I haven't been able to spend much time out here because of so much family stuff, but it's okay. Now, I thought this would be a good time to be doing this, to be out here with you guys. So we've got 2 plants done. Now I've got one. Move you guys here. I've got so many cords and everything too. I've got one staked in the middle here, and because this stake was broken and it's shorter, I put another one right next to it. So I have kind of a double stake here. So this smaller one's taller. I have found that these little ones are like a 1 by 1 or 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch. They can easily bend over and topple or break off with a really heavily laden tomato plant. So that's where I like the 1 by 2s. Okay, this guy is getting very bushy. I gotta trim him down. Now, some people, like to recommend to just, trim them and throw them right in the dirt there as mulch and compost and everything. And, that can work. I have kind of a different practice with that in the way that I prefer to remove them from this so that they don't bring in disease and pests and different things like that. Okay, now this one ends. This is like a bushy one. It's got like 3 major arms going up. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna be able to cut it back to 2. So I say that it's better to take everything and throw it in the compost, let it decompose into soil that you can bring out and make into some really good stuff. So it's, of course it's your own personal choice, but it's, you want to keep disease out of your garden as much as you can. Is that what we've got going on here? Hello. Christy, yep, you remove them too. Okay, yep, you get rid of them. It's just, it keeps a cleaner garden. You're just not opening yourself up to things that can be harmful or whatever. So, okay. This is, oh my goodness sakes. I really clipped that one back here. Let's see what we've got. And this is turning into more of a bush. The other thing you can do with, if I don't have enough, if these aren't long enough and I don't want to cut a brand new one, I can, because they're Velcro, I can actually take two of them, put them together, and make a longer one if I need to go around that, which I do for this one. There. That one's up a little better. So, oops, you haven't been watching. Sorry. Why aren't you watching me do this? So, look at all these blossoms here. I am not used to having tomatoes this low. I'd prefer to get them much higher and let the stems get stronger, but like I said, it is what it is this year. And part of it is I haven't been trimming off the bottoms so that it can go up higher. All right, moving along. Moving along. Moving along. Okay, what we've got here. I'm going to have to move you guys. So do you have any, oops, sorry. You can tell I don't do lives from the garden very often. I don't think I've done one for a couple years at least. Okay, I just don't want to topple my computer here. There we go. What's it saying? My tomatoes are all beefsteaks. I don't have any particular brand because I got them at the greenhouse and it just said beefsteak tomatoes. So I don't know what they were. Oh, no worries. Morgan, that's so sweet of you to take your time and come in. I really appreciate that. You guys, Morgan is, I think I've introduced you to him before, but Morgan from Goldshaw Farm, massive channel, lots of little animals, and doing great. All right, so we've got 3 plants done. I've got 12 in here. So let's see what we've got. And this one, it's another bushy one. You know, it may seem painful to cut them way back, but it really is for the benefit of the plant. The plant will get much stronger. The fruit will get so much better. It will get bigger. It will it'll flower things out. Now, sometimes when I want to keep, the leaves, like, let's say, I want to keep this branch on here just for stability or for shade for everything, or even like this one. Once this plant gets really tall, these will be very long. They can be 2, sometimes even 3 feet long, and they're just huge, and they'll drape down everything and intertwine with the other plants. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just clip them off here so I can still have the shade for my tomatoes, can still have some stability there, but I don't have to worry about these continuing to grow and drape down, because once these leaves start touching your dirt and everything, then that's where they can start picking up diseases and stuff like that. So what's everybody saying here? Oh, well, thanks, Morgan. Yeah, it is relaxing. There have been times that after coming out or after being gone, go through my parents' stuff for days, just come out here and work in the garden, and it's quiet, it's relaxing, it's It just feels so much better. Okay, I'm going to take this leaf off here. Okie dokie. I think this was a sucker. I'm going to take these guys off. So they're going to start, they look really skinny for a while, but they will end up being very strong. So if you can, now there are some methods. I mean, you can take them and just let them bush out and just be a full bush if you have the space for it. I don't have the space for it. And I've actually done that before, and it has been a mess in my garden. So I prefer to just have them go up, do a single stem growing pattern, and have that going up that way. Whew. Get a little warm out here. So take my jacket off. All right. So we've got that. I've got flowers here. I also want to make sure that the flowers get where I tie them. I want them to get placed so that where the because those will be beefsteak tomatoes. So I don't want them getting like scrunched up against the steak, or in places where they're just not going to be able to thrive at all. So I think that's pretty strong. So there's some down here. This will get much stronger. Now right now the stems are about the size of a pencil, a nice good sized pencil, but they will get very, very strong, at least the width of my thumb, at least. And so they would get stronger and stronger as they grow up. So let's see what we've got here. Going through stuff too can be emotional. Absolutely. And that's another thing that's so hard about going through your parents' things, is that, or loved ones. It's not just the physical effort of it, it's the emotional toll it takes on too when you're going through things. So it's it can be pretty tough. Drought is really taking a toll too. Yeah. Yep. You guys, I'm so glad you're here with me in the garden. This is fun. Okay, so where are we here? So I've got this one strapped up, and that one's ready to go. So I think we are good. This one's got a lot of blossoms. So it's good to see. Good to see a lot of blossoms. So 4 plants, and look at all that I've trimmed off of here already. I'm going to end up filling this bucket. But see, that can go just right into your compost. And that will be good. Okay. I'm going to move down the line here. Move you guys again. See. Everything is so wet and saturated out here. Okay, so I got to tell you something. I went to plug in the extension cord that I have to for plugging you guys in out here, and it's an outdoor unit on the outside of the house, and it's it's got like a cover on it that snaps shut. So there's 2 outdoor outlets, and the cover snaps shut, and there's a little clear window on it of plastic, and that's where I always plug in for any outside things. Well, I went to look at that. I almost opened it up, and I looked. It's like, what is in there? It's an entire wasp or hornet's nest in there, and it's not just the combs and the nest part that's just crawling with them. And I'm just like, okay, no time to deal with that now. It's like, this will be later. This will definitely be later. Kind of wiggly there. You guys okay? Not going to fall over? Oh, so I'm like, it's always something to deal with, Okay, this one's got some coming up from the roots. I hope we have a chance to dry out a bit because this soil is really, really wet. I cut that off. We're not supposed to have any rain until I think the weekend. I think. So that would be helpful. Okay, there's a couple blossoms there. There's a sucker right here. Clip that one off. Those are usually easier to get with your fingernail when they're little. If they get big, like this one, then you just cut it off with the scissors. I'm going to take these two off too. Okay, I again have two major stems that have, let's just, both have lots of blossoms. I think I'm just going to keep them both. So what I do, I don't know, can you see that? I mean, it's like a nice V here. And, well, actually, they both. Okay, so you guys tell me, what would you do? All my expert gardeners here. What would you do with those two major ones? I mean, I know what I think I will do, but this stem is a little taller, a little more rigorous. So I would probably cut this one off and then just strap that one, even though I've got blossoms here. So what do you think? I'm going to see. Oh, Julie, hello. Oh, Gillette, thank you so much for the super chat. Time to have some pasta dinner on a cool May evening for the family. Thanks for the. Oh, you're welcome. And if you're still here, I hope you are. But thank you. That's very sweet of you. Hey, Patty, Southern Blessed. How are you? Crucy does gardening. Hello. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody else here while I've been trimming away. Making dinner, so distracted. Sorry if you missed. Okay. No worries, Patty. What else do we have here? Good call on the stem choice if you want to pare down like that. Yes. I know. I did another one here, Crucy, of two stems, and it's a little one over there. So I think I will be okay on that one. But yeah, this one I'm gonna, again, always painful to remove something like that. But I'm short on time this year with the growing, and so I want to make sure that I've got everything I need here. So put that one here. So I'm going to loosen that up a little bit. And then I'm going to put one higher up so that I've got more support there. And I want to make sure that the stem is going to have some good support. There's flowers coming or blossoms coming out here and here and here. So I am going to put some support right here. There we go. So it can go up this direction. The other thing, if you have really windy areas, which I can get extremely windy, and lots of storms and everything, this helps to keep everything in place without the stems falling over and breaking and different things. So you want to really do whatever you can to help your tomato plants. Okay, 2, 4, 5 done. I've got 7 to go. How are we doing on our time here? Hey, Dave. Hello. How are you? You love this. I know. Aren't they great? I love them. So I'm going to just take a quick break here with you guys and show you what else is growing. How about that? We might not finish the tomatoes. I don't know. But right here is a whole bunch of volunteer basil from last year and just some miscellaneous things in there. Over here, if I cannot trip on anything. Okay. Here I've got peppers. Can you see that? See that? There we go, peppers. And look at, I've got some blossoms under here. Okay. Oh, where are we here? There we go. I need to trim these lower leaves down here too. So those need trimming. My green beans. Oh, I don't know if it's hard to see here. Okay. Green beans over there. They're coming along well. I got peas and carrots here. Hey, that's a fun bed, isn't it? Bed of peas and carrots. And then all along the back of the fence there in those beds, those are all peas. And a couple blueberry bushes. They're almost kind of dead. And more peas here that are blossoming. And there's my rogue strawberry bed. Look at it, it's just like all over the place. And then my herbs back here, a lot of which are flowering already. And I still have to get my onions in there. They're sitting on the back porch. They're beyond, hardened off. So I just haven't been home to get them done. And there is my project back here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that's going to be my squash garden. I still have all that cement block right in there. So the mosquitoes are starting to come out. So, all right. Let's try to get a couple more done here if we can. Oh, let me see. Move you around. Just make sure that you are going to fall off the table here. I don't want you guys hitting your head. Oh, I better check the chat here. Oh, Morgan, good night. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Have a great evening. Now the church, it's been abandoned for 24 years, something like that, and it really needs to be demoed. It was really nice, but it's almost dark there in Eastern time. Yeah, the sun is started. What is it? 6:45. Our sunset, I think, is about 8:15 right now, something like that. Your basil is being attacked. By what? Do you know? Oh, thank you, Patty. Thanks. For getting it in so late. I'm really pleased on how things are growing so far, and I hope that. Nope, those all went. Anything like that, they took out when the church closed down. They took out and redistributed to other churches. The pews, the windows, all the stuff like that. So everything would be, there'd be nothing left that could be potentially damaged in that way or stolen. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, another one here that's needs some work. This one's got a really nice straight stem going up here. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a really good straight stem. Just lots of stuff growing down low. So I'm going to get rid of all of that. I've even had, removed suckers and then had them regrow. So it's like, got to kind of watch that in a way. That's a sucker. Here's a sucker. So again, something is growing in the armpit or the crotch of the of the branches right there. I'm going to take that one off too. Allow them to grow up a little straighter. Okay. So I think that one's looking pretty good. So, and as you're, okay, we'll let the train do its thing. So as you're tying these up, you can train the branches to go in a certain direction, you know, and rest a certain way around the stake. Which is kind of a nice thing to be able to do. So it's like, so I was looking at these. This one is here. This one is on the other side. So it's like, do I want them all over here or what? But they balance out much better if I do this. And then I can start tying up as this one goes up. And just kind of helps in that way. Get another strip here. You also don't want to put these right over a Y. You want to get them like in that Y that you've got going. So because you don't want to constrict any growth that would be going in that way, anything that could come out. So that one I can adjust later. It's a little too long, but so now it's got good support here. Support is really important when you start getting these tomatoes on. So you see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blossoms here. If I have 8 1 to 2 pound tomatoes on here, we'll even just say 1 pound, because beefsteaks can be anywhere from 16 to 24 ounces. So if I've got 8 pounds of tomatoes on this one little branch, I want to make sure that everything is kind of supported well, you know? So, okay. So that one looks pretty good. It's all trimmed up. Let's chat with you guys some more. You guys, I love it that you guys can sit here and have conversations with each other too while I'm doing this. It's so fun. Um, a sucker growing in the crotch of a sucker that was cut off. That's true. That is true. That's very true. I hope someone saves the church from falling to it. You know what? I do too, Dave, but it's almost beyond that point. Um, it would take a massive amount of money. The foundation is kind of all falling apart. The roof is all wood shake shingles, and a lot of those are missing. There's holes in the roof. There's no windows at all in there. They've been broken out or something, even just the plain glass windows. And so all the weather and the rain and the animals and the birds and the bats and everything have just been making homes in there. And at some point, it's just going to collapse in on itself. The city council has been talking a lot about what to do with it. The fire department, you know, it's a volunteer fire department, so they're thinking about possibly, you know, using it as like a practice building type of thing for the fire. So anyway, so yeah, you can see how, yes, I have gone quite gray. It's been a tough summer. And Revlon hasn't been helping me out lately. Maybe next week. Oh, my goodness. So how often do trains come by? I would say maybe every, I don't know, every 15, 20 minutes, something like that. They used to come by every hour. but no, they've over the last couple of years, they've really increased it. So 24 days until fall. Oh my goodness, that is. You just live, train. Yeah, it's not that far from fall. So I'm hoping that things will grow and develop. And even if I can get the tomatoes to get to a blush stage, I can bring them in and still have them ripen inside if I can. Get a branch full of tomatoes, the weight of it as it pulled away peeled off the outer layer of the stem. Oh, yes, that will do it. Absolutely. Yes, it is, Dave. It is sad. A trained controlled burn. There you go. It would be exciting. However, it is not that far from my house. We're talking maybe 50 feet. And so I'm concerned a little bit that the heat from that, because that thing will be it's a tinderbox. And if anything, it'll kill my trees. I have a big apple tree. Let's see. So a big apple tree. And then where are we here? The other way. Yeah, apple tree and my pine tree here. So those are really close, and it might fry those and kill those off. But anyway, the gray looks nice. Oh, on the church or my house? The church is like peeling white. My house is gray. There you go. Oh, Christy, I hear you too. Yes, and I've actually talked to them about that too. So and one of my nephews is a firefighter too, and so he said they can do a wall of water to protect my house for sure, and they could possibly even do that on the trees if they choose a day that it's got a south breeze, not a good wind or something, but just a little bit of a southern breeze. Then it can blow away from my house, and I don't have to worry about that. So, but it would be. All the kids dyed their hair purple. Oh my goodness. Oh, my gray. That's what you like, Patty. Okay. Well, thank you. I was like, the house, the church? No, yeah, me. And look, it's more pronounced out here for sure. That was October 1st. So anyway, let me continue on here. So I've got half of them done. But are we almost out of time? 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll just talk to you guys a little bit more, and then I can get these done lickety split. So my shears that I'm using, I probably showed you these before. These are actually Black & Decker garden shears, and I really, really like them. They cut very nicely. The handles are really good. You really want to kind of a garden shears, not using just a regular scissors, because these are much stronger and they can go through a thicker branch and everything. Just make sure you clean them and then oil the hinges. So you can use WD-40 or oil or something like that. So that is true, Christy, because an apple tree and that pine tree I've been growing for 25 years or something. So I had put in a blue spruce. Well, there's 2 pine trees actually. One is really tall and the other one is getting there. Exactly, Patty. I would hope so too. You never know out here. It's a lot of redneck people out here. Oops. Sorry if somebody from town is watching. I'm sorry. I apologize. Shears are good for small branches. Yes. Velcro printer fan. Have a blessed week. Moderating. Okay. Thanks, Alicia. Very good. You got a couple more there. So I don't know if Gil was on or not. If he was, tell him I'm sorry that I missed him. But you guys are awesome. I hope you. I'm not making you all fuzzy with me moving this around, but it's just a little easier to hold you here. So I've got all of these shrubs here that have to be pruned down and getting all done. So you can see I have summer, I have green around me. I don't have winter all the time. It's not all snow and ice and cold. We have plenty of other things too. Dave, I never picked that up, you know? So that's funny. You rem- you resemble that, Christy. That's cute. Thank you. Oh, um, I know. Oh, yeah, Julie, you don't. Yeah, you got to work hard for any green grass. That's true. That is true, Dave. Absolutely. But yes, lots of green grass. Just had it mowed yesterday while I was gone. So I have a neighbor who comes over and helps out with that. Um, but yeah, it's just lots of stuff going on here. We've got the garage sale for my parents' estate things next week. So we still have so much to do. We've done a good job of clearing out the house, but we still have some, to organize some things in the garage and get some stuff done. We haven't even started marking anything. So anyway, lots of work. Yours is crunchy. Oh no. Ours is very wet. Very wet because like I said, it rained all day yesterday. Last summer was so tough, but this year, you can just never predict it because so many years are so different. It's like we have the 100-degree heat for what, 2 or 3 months and drought, and then this year it's been raining, and which I am very happy for and everything. So things have grown. But anyway, my tomatoes are looking very healthy, and they will shoot up and really take off even more now that I'm trimming them. And because their energy and growth will just go straight up. I probably will fertilize sometime this next week, I guess, just to help things along a little bit more. And just hoping that we have enough warm weather and sunshine for the next month that things will grow. I don't see any blossoms on the beans yet, I don't think. But they're getting to the point where they could start, and I do need to fertilize those because they're a little bit on the light color side, so they need to get a little bit richer green. Anyway, you guys, oh, Dave, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I saw all of your garden video the other day, so it was good. Your grass is all brown here. Oh, I haven't had to mow in 4 weeks. Wow. Oh my goodness. I know. It's like too bad we can't like funnel the water from one place to another, in that way. So all right. Well, and I haven't even had my rain gauge out, so I don't even know how much I've been getting, but it's been a good bit. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, Anna's going live. So if you want to go over to Gil's or to Fermented Homestead, Freedom Homestead's on in an hour. There's a number of other lives. So guys, take care. Thanks so much for being with me out in the garden and for joining me and taking care of my tomatoes. You guys have a great week. Take care. God bless, and always have hope. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. There we go.